Yes, so today we are on session number 13, and the focus is on leveraging on AI tools for coding in Atlas. We have done 2 or 3 working sessions on coding manually and also coding in Atlas.ti, and today we are going to focus on using these AI tools to code in Atlas. And this the session objectives. But then I think the last 2 are critical for me, for you to apply the best practices on balancing this AI assistance. And I put assistance deliberately because you still have to work. So your human intelligence have to factor in, and also to critically evaluate this AI generated codes and suggestion. So you need to make sure that you understand how the system is coding, and there will be a lot of work again from your side. You are not supposed just to accept everything that it's suggesting for you, because you are the one who know the context. So it will be wise before you can accept, just critically evaluating it, understand when to accept, modify, or reject those codes. So yeah, you can go through other objectives, but then these last two are key for me. And we know that we are in this rapid evolving tech landscape. So artificial intelligence is revolving the way we approach this software development, including Atlas.ti for data analysis. And today's presentation is focusing on harnessing the power of AI tools within Atlas.ti, which is cutting-edge development environment to enhance coding efficiently, with quality, and with collaboration. And I'll also zoom into this collaboration. So we're going to explore a range of AI-powered features in Atlas.ti, from intelligent coding and performance optimization. And I believe you'll also learn how these tools can streamline your workflow, reduce errors, and allow you to focus on the creative aspect of coding. So as a qualitative researcher, you are creative, and even using the AI tools, it should not take that creative side from you. And this journey will take us through practical demonstrations. I will also go in live, so that you get to experience these tools firsthand. And we'll also discuss, importantly, ethical considerations and the limitations, a lot of limitations on AI in coding, ensuring that you are equipped to use these powerful tools responsibly. And by the end of this working session, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how to leverage these AI tools in Atlas to elevate your coding practices, to enhance team collaboration. If you're working with a supervisor, you can enhance that collaboration, and also stay at the forefront, of this development in innovation. So on the next slide, you will see these are some of the functions, the AI tool functions. I'll also go in and demonstrate. So we have AI summaries. This is a function where when you have a document, it might be a transcript, it might be any document. You can use this function to generate summaries. So in few seconds, it can just summarize everything in that document. We also gonna go briefly on intentional AI coding. So this is also a new function where, unlike AI coding, you just have to give the system the context of your research, and it always try to meet you halfway. There's also focus group coding. I think we'll also have a dedicated workshop on focus group. There have been few requests, so maybe October we'll have focus group coding in Atlas. Then we can go fully on this function. Word frequencies, opinion mining concepts, sentiment analysis, text search, and so on. And on the web, okay, so this one is on the desktop app. And on the web, there's also conversational AI. So with this conversational AI, you you can ask the system the questions and everything that you want to know from the documents that we've loaded. It can respond accordingly. So if you are, for example, doing your literature review and you have uploaded some articles, journal articles, then you can have a conversation around that. Ask the system, how the theories were used and applied in that article, the kind of research design and how it aligns to the theoretical frame. So this one is intended to establish that conversation, between you and the system. It is fairly new, so you can see it is on experimental phase, but then they are developing it, and I think in the coming year it will be almost 100%. And yeah, so these ones are from the web one. I know a lot of you like the desktop app because I believe it has more functionalities, but then the web one also have some good functions that you can apply. Now, imagine cutting your coding time in half time while improving the quality. And that's the power of AI in Atlas. And we are going to focus on that. Atlas has evolved. I remember my first time interacting with Atlas. It was around about 2012, where my then line manager, Dr. Wells, and most of you see him, responding on the chat, took me and said, let's go to this, Atlas.ti. It was Dr. Escher at that time. I know she's a professor at Stellenbosch University. So looking back from when I started to engage with it, it has evolved a lot. It has evolved a lot, and it continues to make sure that you save time on your analysis and produce quality analysis. So you can see it's been a lot of years, and we keep on learning. So I will highlight those unique AI features and how they are standing out to support you in your data analysis. So yes, like I said, we'll demonstrate best practices and how to customize some of your codes using the AI, intentional AI coding. And I also wanted to bring this to you that though Atlas work with your main languages, English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and so on, I have played around with it, and I will show you. I uploaded some transcripts using Setswana. So 100% Setswana transcripts uploaded without converting them to English, translating them, and yeah, it using these AI tools, and it has really tried, to pull out those codes. So somehow I think they are working really hard on it to be inclusive, and yes, that is good news, especially for those who into indigenous studies and languages and so forth. So warning though, always remember to review and test those AI generated codes thoroughly. So don't just accept and accept and accept. It is your responsibility to review them accordingly. And I believe using these tools, it might optimize your performance in analysis. A reminder here is that performance optimization is an ongoing process, not a one-time task. And I'm bringing this forward to make you aware, conscientize you that data analysis, it may take time. So don't rush the process for you to get quality analysis. Collaborative coding AI, yes, it is possible to work with your supervisor or your coder in Atlas. There are some features, and I'll also go into how you can make those agreements and so forth, share the best practices in that area. And I think before I go live, ethical considerations and limitations, very important. It's important for you to understand these limitations in AI coding. While it is a good tool, there are some limitations, and it is important that you ensure that the code ownership, is original, meaning that you have to balance this AI assistance, and I'm always emphasizing assistance so that you don't over rely on what Atlas is giving you. It should be a tool to assist you, not take over your analysis. So there should be that balance between AI assistance with your human intelligence. And one thing about ethical consideration, I believe you as a researcher, qualitative researcher, you need to be transparent in your methodology chapter. Highlight the features that you use and how you have applied it. I know there are some students who are using different AI tools for analysis. So you will throw in your transcripts in there and just give it commands to pull out the codes, code categories, and the themes, and also do your write-up. It is happening, but we know it's unethical. But in the case where you have used any software, even Atlas, you have to be transparent under your ethical considerations. And remember, maybe say you are doing thematic analysis, following Brown and Clark steps. There are those steps. So when you are using this AI softwares to just do everything, in 2 seconds for you, you will miss out on following and showing us how you have applied those steps. Remember, research is all about applying and following these systematic steps. So just be careful or cautious about that so that you don't get penalized or your manuscript is marked and coming back, you have to do major revisions. Imagine if you are using this AI software, a lot of them on the market, and your supervisor is happy about it, and it goes through to external examiners. And maybe you get an examiner like me or Dr. Wells, who is in qualitative data analysis, we will pick it up. And most of the time you will see that presentation of findings is very nice, but then coming to discussion and analysis, it will be very, 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 very thin. So just be careful about that. You might save a lot of time now, but then there may be comebacks which will cost you time and money to re-register. So again, I am emphasizing that AI in Atlas is a powerful tool, but it is your skills and judgment that makes great coding. So I am going to go into Atlas.ti. I am opening my Atlas.ti. So yeah, this is one of the project that I was doing just to check how it can analyze indigenous language. So you will see 3 documents here, just one paragraph in each document. And there were codes that came up. So what I will do now, you will see, maybe let me open customs and ritual. You will see same thing in Setswana, transcript in Setswana, but then it managed to code some of the things. So I just want to take you through this process using this AI tool. So what I will do, maybe let me delete this codes and start afresh. Okay, so you will open a project, upload the documents, add files, and the documents will be in here. And if you have different sampling categories or sampling frame, then make sure that you group them together, because Atlas is all about organization and making sure that there is interaction, among your data. So if there are different groups, maybe that you were interviewing, make sure that you group them accordingly. You create a group and put relevant transcript into that group. For example, maybe this one, you were interviewing librarians. You can put it there, and maybe this one is also librarian, you put them there. This one, maybe it's your counselor or psychologist, you put them there. And yeah, this is how you group. So coming to AI tools, if you can click on this document, you will see different functions. You can go to analysis. So you will see AI summary is not active. Remember, AI summary is all about getting summary from your documents. So if you open one document, go to analysis, it will be active. So if you're doing AI summary, you have to do it one by one, each and every document, so that it captures the summary of that document. You can see it is taking a bit of time. This will depend on your PC. It will take 7 seconds, depending on your PC, laptop, and internet connection. But then within seconds, in Setswana, but then it is giving this to you in English. And from the transcript, you can see that it is captured the essence of that transcript. So you can see document 1, Setswana 100%, and it managed to summarize. So you can just copy this summary, and in your document, you can just paste it there and save it. You can save it. So you will see there is that yellowish dot there, and when you're opening this document, there is a summary there. So that's how you use AI summaries. Now let's go to AI coding. So I have clicked on documents so that it is all document. So if you go to AI coding, you can click all documents. And what is nice, if you have organized your groups, you can do it by different groups, because sometimes responses may be different. So it is you who know your coding strategy and how you can do it. But you can see with Atlas, if you have different coding, different sampling, it is also possible. So if you start coding, let's start the coding. You'll see it will analyze this in 9 seconds, and you will have all the codes here. So within 9 seconds, all these 3 documents would have been coded. In real life, when you're doing it manually, it can take you hours, maybe if not minutes. So you can see how the AI is it's saving you time. So it will suggest, the codes and categories for you. You can apply. For now, you can apply and click done. Then you will see there will be this code. So there will be this code, and what I like, you can, because it has given you some of the things, so you can go back and see how it has applied these codings. So it is your duty again to see if this code is right or can be modified or so on. You can even click here on the code manager and view it all. So you will see on the far right, there will be this minus image. So if you feel that, because with AI, the thing is, it will just suggest everything. And some of the codes are not relevant or are not aligned with the segment in your transcript. So if you feel like this one is not right, you can remove it. And that is what you need to do when you are using this AI tools. If you feel that there is something that it has missed, you also have that opportunity to add and include a new code. So this is the right way, the ethical way of using these AI tools. And what I like about it is that you can see there are cultural activities. Sometimes you will have these bigger codes with codes within. So immediately this one, cultural activities, you can adopt it as your code category. So that is a plus. And if you are doing content analysis, you can also use this text search. Let's give it a moment. So you can use a text search. For me, I know there is, they are talking about Pula, which is rain. You can just show the results. It will just go through all this transcript, and you can see what it is saying about the concept that you are searching, and you can apply the code. So for those who are doing content analysis, yeah, this function will be, I think, worthwhile to utilize. But let's go to the intentional AI coding and see what it will pull out. So it is also AI coding, but then the intentional here is just you are going to give it a context. So you can click and say next. So here, the context, you can put the context, and I suggest that you put maybe the aim of your study, or the purpose of your study, and some of your objectives here. So here I'm gonna say it's the context. It was about celebration, but on your side, on your case, just make sure that you put a maybe or even a brief background, the aim of your study and those objectives, so that the system understand how to go about coding. So you can see this one goes one step further than a general AI coding. Then you celebration. Yeah, maybe let me put community celebration. Okay. So the more you put relevant information, the more and accurately it will pull out the relevant information from your documents. So let me say next and see what it will pull out. So this is a good thing about it. And you will see with the AI intentional, it will always ask you questions, and it will suggest code categories. So you can see with this one, you will have your codes, and immediately you'll also have your code categories, and it will be easy for you to go to themes. So what I'm saying, those are the good and nice things about this thing. On the questions, you can either keep these ones, but I suggest that you put your research questions here, your research questions. And if you start to code, you will see, you will have in your code manager all of the codes as well as the code categories. So this is one plus thing about international coding. So you can see how much time it will save you to not to analyze, but to generate the codes and code categories. So you can see if you don't like this code category, you can put it off and so on. So you can apply and done. So you can see compared to normal AI coding, here we have pulled a lot of codes. Why? Because we have given it context. It will always say intentional AI coding. You can delete this one. You can delete this one. And what you can do, you can see there are these bigger codes, which you can adopt as your code categories. So everything that is in here, you can say, okay, these are your cultural activities and cultural preservation. I'm gonna just copy this. So everything under cultural preservation, you just direct it into the code group function and create. So you can see with this one, you have all your codes, you have most of your code categories. But these are the good things. Let me go to the bad ones, because you need to really balance. If you open up these codes, you will see some are zero. So there's nothing in here. There's nothing in this code, zero. So you need to start by eliminating these ones. Eliminate these ones and go back again into this code and see if it has coded it accordingly. If not, remove that code. If there are some other codes that are relevant, make sure that you apply the new codes. So you can see the good side, the bad side, it also gives you a lot of work. So in your case where you have 12 transcripts, average of 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes you might have, and I've seen it a lot, you might have up to more than 1,005 codes. So it is a lot of work. You still have to work a lot. I mean, normal codes for those standard interviews, they can be maybe 200 to 500 at most, you know. So imagine if you're having more than 1,005. So you can see the bad side now of this thing, because it will just code everything and you have to go back and make sure that it is coded correctly. Make sure that you remove those codes. And before you go to code categories, I suggest that you establish this relationship among codes. So if this one is part of this one, you can make those associations, and you will see in the density, the numbers will come up. So make sure that you work on those associations. If they are not there, you can just open or create new relation, and you can even open this in the network and see, you know, the interplay among this. You can add neighbors, and at this stage you can add your quotations. If quotations are there, you can show preview and you will see everything in here. And if there are a lot of quotations, what you can do, you can even link those quotations. Maybe let me take one quote with, maybe let me take this one with a lot of quotes. So you will see, you will have a code and there are some relations. You can open neighbors, quotations. This is the quotation. This is the quotation, which you can show preview. And maybe on this one, you can also have quotations. There is nothing. So that what I'm trying to do is that the network platform, you can use it to also establish these relationships. So if this quotation, you feel that maybe it is relating to this one or contradicting this one, you can also work around it and just play around this organization using the layout function the way you see it fit. So this is what you can do. yeah, you can just play around it. What also can make it nice, you can make some colors, color changes, and I think this will come out nicely compared to, yeah, you can see it is updating those colors. We have some red there. There is some black there, so it will update automatically in your diagram. So that is the best side. You have to go back, clean the codes, match the codes, remove the redundant ones, and work on this relationship among the codes. And the word frequencies, opinion mining, I think we worked a lot on them when we're doing that content analysis. I'll also show, or rather share, that session that we did so that you can follow through on using this other tools. One thing that I also wanted to emphasize is the users. So if you are working with your supervisor, you can add the user here. And if you are analyzing deductively, remember you need to have a code book so you can edit, and all those codes will be here, and you just link them. The query tool is also for searching. I'll also send one of the sessions that we demonstrated it. So this is the intercoder agreement. If you are working with your supervisor or someone, you can even play around this agreement and say, okay, you're gonna focus on coding this document and so on. So you need to always have a control, because anybody that you invite into your project they might have full rights, to delete and add and do anything. So it is up to you to have this formal agreement with the person that you are working with, to make sure that your coding process goes accordingly. So if you are using AI intentional and you have managed to manage to establish this relationship, you can see the code categories are already there. Cultural activities, cultural preservation, social cohesions, they are there. You just need to just take these codes that are there and type the code group. So you can see how easy it is in terms of generating the codes and code categories. Then from here, you will look into the code category similarities and go to the memos, the networks, the themes. But you can also see that it is pulling out a lot of codes. So there is a lot of work now for you to go into, imagine Tau 5 codes and going one by one and cleaning. So while it is a good thing, might save time in terms of generating the codes and the code categories, but then you will need extra time, to clean and match those codes. So let me quickly go to the conversational AI one to show you some of those conversational AI. Just a moment. Open the web. And okay, let me take the previous one that I used. This was for literature review, where you can just put in your questions and so on. So if you have your articles here, you can just click it, and at the bottom you will see there will be some tools appearing. You can do AI coding just like the web one, or conversational AI. I want to touch on this conversational AI. AI coding, it's is the same as this one, analysis AI coding. Then conversational AI, it's when you will have a list of your documents here. You can even click them together and you interact with the software. You ask it questions, maybe for data analysis, you may ask it. Obviously, you need to read those documents thoroughly. But then if there's something that you want extra from it, you can just communicate with it. So it is like a bot that has been built in to assist you accordingly. It's on experimental phase now. So use it with caution. It is your responsibility to go back and read the documents and make your judgment, make sense of what this is generating. Don't just take it the way it is, but remember, it is suggesting for you, and you need to use your creativity and your human intelligence to make sure that you have a streamlined coding experience. Yeah, we talk about transparency. And as we conclude our exploration of AI tools in Atlas, I need to emphasize that this transformative potential of these technologies, the AI for analysis, use them with caution. And I believe this morning we have journeyed through a landscape of intelligent code completion. I know we didn't do smart debugging, but we will address it. Remember that these tools are not only there to do everything for you, but rather to assist you and use them accordingly. They are not there to replace you, but to augment, your skills and creativity. And they are here to handle those repetitive tasks. So I believe somewhere it will save you time to make sure that your coding is accurately. And we have to embrace them because the future of coding will be partnership between human and artificial intelligence. And as we have seen, that partnership can create efficient workflows, produce higher quality codes, and bring about more innovative solution. But then it's up to you as a qualitative researcher to always apply your mind accordingly. So I think this is where I will stand. I will stop, and we can take some few questions.